Hey, loves. It's 5. It's time to go. Yes. Oh, sorry. I made it. Today was the most boring fucking day ever. Like, for real. I told y'all this morning I didn't have shit to do. So today I didn't have shit to do. Like, I still got boss issues. And she came to me and she was like, you can't do this. You just don't know how to do this. Like, just don't do it anymore. I was like, okay. And then she looked at me and walked away. Like, no, because I was dead ass. Like, the fuck? If you don't want me to do it, then isn't that the reason why I'm getting fired? Right? Okay? So shut the fuck up. You still coming to me for shit. You still coming to me for shit, bruh. Like, you still coming to me for shit. For you, shit that you need done. You still coming to me to do it for you. But you were the one who said you don't need me. I need to get gone. Okay. So I'm sitting here and I'm personally really confused. Because I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, if I didn't want somebody to be there, right, I wouldn't fucking talk to them. Like, I would sit there and I'd be like, well, I don't know what she's doing here. Didn't I already tell her I didn't need her? I told her I didn't need her. What the fuck is she doing here? Like, and you would never hear anything else from me ever again. I might go to the little bye-bye lunch thing or whatever, but that's gonna be it. That's absolutely it. I mean, it's like, I'm just frustrated because I'm still coming to work and I can't stand it. So, like, okay, so I know it's the end of the week. It's my last 2 days, thank God. And this is going to be kind of cool. So what I wanted to do tomorrow was just have random conversations with people. I don't know about you, but have y'all ever, like, experienced that thing where, like, someone just dies, right? And then everyone you talk to has just seen them, right? Like, just seen them. And it's like it was planned before the death, like planned to go visit everybody before, like, everybody they knew, everybody was close to, things like that before they died, right? Like, I kind of feel like that right now. Like, I want to go have all these conversations with all these people who have really helped me. I'm doing that tomorrow and Friday, and that's it. After that, you call me and you say, hey, let's go to lunch. But that's it. Like, you don't, it's not gonna be, I'm not on some chummy shit. Like, I'm really not on some chummy shit. Like, honestly, if we were friends, then we were friends. If we hung out, then we hung out. Other than that, get the fuck out of here. Why am I gonna pretend like we hung out? Like, why am I gonna pretend like we talked? Like, why am I going to pretend like you have any problems? Or, like, that, shit. Like, why would I pretend like you want me here? Like, why would I pretend like we're cool? There's no point in doing that. Personally, to me, I think that's stupid. I think that is opening up a can of worms for me to go off. Because I don't want to go off. Because that's what I was thinking. Okay, so my last job. Let me tell you guys. This probably is honestly, it's a story of how not to leave your job. Okay? Like, do not leave your job this way. I have to say that first before I tell the story. Okay. So, I worked for a job for a trucking company, and I was HR admin for them. And so basically an HR admin means that you answer the phones and you do data entry and you make folders and you file. You make folders, you file, you data entry, you answer the phone. That's it. Don't expect shit else. Don't expect no creative part. Don't expect shit. But to data entry, make files, file them, and answer phone calls. Like, that's your job. So anyway, I got there and I was like, oh shit, I had no idea that was my whole job. So And when they first, because I was a temp first, when they first offered me to work full time, I was like, oh, hell no, I don't want to work here full time. Can't stand this shit, bruh. There's nothing to do. Like, my brain just sits here on 10. Not on 10, on 0. That's what I meant. My brain sits here on 0 as I enter numbers into a system. And you want me to be permanent at this job? But at the time, I had just promised my boyfriend that I would move in with him. So I couldn't just quit a job, you know, because it was like, well, fuck, bitch, I'm making plans based off of what you said, you know? And so I was like, okay, so this is what we'll do. We'll accept your job. I'll accept it. That's fine. But I'm going to go get a new one. I'm going to get a new and better one. And I did that, but it took about 3 months for me to find a new and better job. So so that's what I was doing all the time, was looking for jobs at that job, all the time. When I finally found one, I went on my interview. There's that doctor's appointment or some shit. Went on my interview, and the moment I was called back and I signed my contract, I was like, okay. They gave me 1 week in between my start date and when I signed the contract. So, no, I think I had 2 weeks. I think I had 2 full weeks. But the thing about that job was, because the turnover was so bad, I didn't want to submit a 2-week notice because I didn't want them to know. I didn't want them to fire me on the spot. You do know that a 2-week notice ain't shit. It's nothing but a letter to let your boss know that you're leaving. That's it. So if your boss looks at that letter and they're like, oh, fuck no, we're not going to pay you for 2 more weeks, then you're fucked. You're completely fucked. So, you know, like, seriously, be real careful with submitting a 2-week notice. Like, it better be mandatory. Like, you better need to submit a 2-week notice in order to get your 401k deposit back or some bullshit. Like, it better be some really big deal for you to do a 2-week notice. Other than that, don't fucking show up. No one cares. Just don't show up. Then I mean, honestly, unless you're a director or something, and even then, don't fucking show up. Find another one. Jobs find other people to work their jobs. You are not connected to them. You have no loyalty to them. Because I guarantee you, when their budget gets a little short, or you do something wrong, you're the first to go. It ain't on no loyalty shit like you're trying to give them. It's on some, no, nigga, we can't afford you, or oh, nigga, no, you messed up. Like, get the fuck out. That's it. So I was there, and on my last week, I told 2 of the recruiters that I worked with that I was leaving. We were really close. Like, we would hang out and dance in the copy room and talk shit in the break room, and you know, send emails to each other about nonsense. Like, yeah, so these are my cool people. And like, when we used to, because bruh, they took away our breaks. They took away our walking breaks. They said you cannot do a walking break anymore unless you're gonna clock out. So okay, everybody was like, well, fuck you. I'm gonna miss payment because I'm gonna go on a walk. It's stupid because everybody needs a walk in the middle of the day. But anyway, but I used to hang out with them all the time. They were my buddies. So I was like, hey guys, my last day is Friday. And they were like, oh shit, oh my god, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? How are you gonna leave? And I was like, what do you mean, how am I gonna leave? I'm gonna submit an email that says I resign at 5 o'clock on Friday, close my computer, and walk the fuck out. What do you mean, what am I gonna do? One of the girls was like, oh my gosh, Ellie, you should do this, you should do that. Like, she got extra petty, right? But then I started thinking about it. I went home and I was like, yo, I fucking hate this job. I know a lot of other people fucking hate this job. What can I say in the nicest way possible? How can I say in the nicest way possible, I fucking hate my job. I hate you, my manager, and I can't stand my work. Like, how do you say that? I don't know. I did not come up with a professional way to say that. Let me just be stupid honest. Did not come up with a professional way to say that. On my last day, I'm sitting there. Everybody's like, what is Ellie gonna do? What is Ellie gonna do? They hyped me the fuck up. Never let people hype you up, because bruh, oh my god, like, I got so hyped by them. I'm like, you should do this. You should tell her fuck you. You should send an email to her boss, let her know, blah, blah, blah. Basically, our manager was just, she was one of those helicopter parents. So, again, like my current boss now, she wanted to know what everybody was doing at every point in time. And you can't do shit unless it goes through her. Now, here's the thing. The fucked up thing about it is I guarantee you it was her bosses that were making her be that way. But to us, because she didn't even, because I feel like as a leader, you should sit down and be like, okay, look, guys, like, some of this shit is corporate. Like, some of this shit is not me as a person. Like, let me tell you guys what I'm expected to do. How can you guys help me? That's how you fucking be a leader. Then you delegate with that shit. Like, that's how you lead strong. You let the troops know, hey, we got some shit to handle. We got a mission. We got a thing. And if we don't do it, I lose my fucking job. If you like me enough, you'll work hard enough, right? That's the problem. People didn't even think about that shit. Anyway, so she was just one of those. So I was real sick of her just doing all that. And I mean, personally, I went to her all the time with the issues that I had. I was like, okay, you guys do understand that I'm putting in 13 new hires a week. You do understand that means your turnover rate is over 96%. Do understand that the main people are the people in my region, right? You understand all that shit, right? Is that why you gave the new girl the hardest regions? You gave the new girl the regions with all the fucking problems. You gave the new girl the regions with just hella people leaving. Like the worst managers that couldn't give two fucks about their job. And because they didn't care about shit else but their paycheck, people under them didn't care about shit else but their paycheck. Once the paycheck was fucked up, or they didn't get their raise at the right time, or somebody talked to them sideways, they were like, fuck you, I don't need this job. You can't build an empire that way, guys. You gotta have, like, loyal subjects. So anyway, when I quit, I sent a beautiful email. And the email was like, thank you for the opportunity, or like at this moment. No, it was said, no, I'm sorry, because I literally went the fuck off on this email. It takes me a minute to remember exactly what I said. But I wrote something like, hey, thank you for the opportunity. I did not enjoy my time here. No, because it was like, okay, thank you for the job, but like I did not enjoy any of my time here. My boss was ridiculous. I went to her several times with all the issues that I was having, and each time she just looked at me as if that was just part of the job. I cannot work for a company that does not have its hourly employees at their best interest. You guys should look at our HR department because this department has the most turnover. In the whole home office, no one else, everybody else had been there for 5-6 years. The HR department was the only department where niggas kept quitting. I mean, seriously, the only home office, like, terminations were all from HR. All from HR. Every single one. In the past 2 years, all of them were from HR. So I was like, who's been the head of HR this whole time? Oh, let's think about it. So yeah, so I sent this shit to our boss. And so one of my friends, one of the girls from the job that I told I was leaving, she was texting me on my way home. Because, people left at like 5:30 to 6. And I left at 5 that day. I got the fuck on. And she was texting me about how my boss's boss came downstairs with my email printed in hand and read my email out loud to the entire floor, and then passed it around, right, and laughed, right, and then she laughed at me. But it was funny because at the same time when she was laughing, the girl at my job said that she also was agreeing with the statements that I put in the email. So at that point I was like, look, I don't care, I was validated. If everybody else sees this shit and nobody's gonna say anything, what's the point? And I've always been that person. I've always been the person to be like, yo, you don't see all this fuck shit going on? Are you kidding me? You're just gonna sit in it. You're just gonna sit in shit. You're just gonna sit in a diaper full of shit because somebody told you that you were supposed to sit in a diaper full of shit. The The fuck is wrong with you? That's a shitty diaper. Clean the shit up. Put a new diaper on this bitch. Keep it moving. I didn't say you were never gonna have shit in your diaper, but you do get it off your ass when you have some, right? That's my whole point. That's my whole point of working for any system, any body. If you have a fucked up system, it's okay to